Hi everybody, welcome to my channel today. If you're new, hello and welcome. My name is Justine. I am in my mid-40s and I live on the west coast of Canada, and I post videos about 2 or 3 times a week on beauty, lifestyle, subscription boxes, that sort of thing. Sometimes I do makeup tutorials, so if that's something you're interested in, then please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you stay up to date with all my latest videos. Now today's video, I thought I would do some of my favorite makeup that I've been using regularly and do a little tutorial. Well, it's not really a tutorial, it's more of this is how I do my makeup. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just a makeup enthusiast, and I just really enjoy trying new makeup and letting you guys know what I think. So if it's something that you've been interested in, then you can see it in action and see if it's something that you might want to purchase. So I have bought a few new items just lately. One of them in particular is the Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold palette, and I just bought this at the recent Sephora launch, and I've really been enjoying it. And another product that I've been really enjoying is from Viseart, and it is their Theory Minx palette, and I've just had this palette on repeat. It was on my favorites last month, and a couple of you had asked to see it in action, so I thought, why don't I do a video with some of my favorite products? And this is kind of a go-to look that I've been wearing a lot the past couple of weeks for fall, and it's just an easy everyday look that you could amp up for the evening with some false lashes. But this is something I kind of do for a day-to-day basis. So if that's something that's interesting to you, then just keep watching. Okay, so I've tied my hair back and I am going to zoom in, and I'm practicing, so I've asked you guys to bear with me. I've just got a new camera and kind of new setup, so I'm trying to figure out where I am in the frame. And I do like doing my makeup in front of a mirror, but I'd have to turn this way and then you can't see me doing the makeup. So I'm going to try and do it in the monitor, so if I'm kind of looking down a little bit, that's why. So anyway, let's get started. So I'm using a couple of new products and some of my all-time favorites, and some of them have been my favorites videos, and some of you have requested tutorials using the products, so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to pull out a bunch of my favorites and show you guys how I use them. So this is no stranger, it's been in so many of my videos. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I did a review on it, I'll link that below, when I first got it, so it was kind of a first impressions. And I did like it, but I wasn't 100% sure if I was crazy about it. I'm crazy about it. I use it every day. I just love it. I'm not really quite sure. It's called a filter. So she says you can use it kind of as a primer. You can use it as a highlighter. You can use it mixed with foundation, under foundation, or you could even wear it alone. As of right now, I have yet to ever use it alone because I always seem to have breakouts in this area, so my skin needs a little bit of extra. But this is just scars now, so I'm hoping once that clears up, the scarring is gone, that maybe I could wear it on its own. Like if you look at the rest of my skin, it doesn't look too bad. So I think this would be quite a nice thing if, you know, not for a special occasion or anything, but just if you're running out and just want a simple bit of makeup on. So there's my primer filter. It's just like a nice little bit of a shimmery glow. And then I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics CC 50 Plus Sunscreen Foundation. I just really like this. It's not super long lasting, but I like it's got a pump. And I'm using my Sigma Kabuki brush. My favorite is the IT Cosmetics foundation brush, but it's dirty, so I'm going to use my second favorite. And I'm just working that into the skin. As I mentioned, I'm kind of doing this into my monitor, so I hope it looks okay, and I blend it in because I'm not looking and magnifying. So this is one of my all-time favorite foundations because of the SPF in there. It's a 50. I think it makes my skin look really nice and dewy. They have an illuminating version, which I've used, which is also quite nice. And then they've just brought out a new matte one. But I find matte products, I haven't used that one, but matte products for me in general are just not a good thing. Even though I'm oily and shiny, you would think matte would be my friend, but it isn't. The more products I put on my skin, I look older because you start seeing all the little cracks and lines and pores and imperfections. So less is more on my particular skin. So next I'm going to conceal these red marks, and I've been trying a whole bunch of different concealers, and somebody suggested, one of my subscribers actually suggested I try the Nars Soft Matte Concealer. So I did get a sample from Sephora of it, and she said in particular use the color Custard because it has a bit of a yellow undertone to it, and she said it really helps with redness. So for that, I'm going to use this crown brush. I actually got this in my FabFitFun box. I got a set of brushes. They're hollow handles. They're not the best handles. Like, they feel a little bit cheap. But I really like them. I've been using all of them a lot. But I'm not a brush connoisseur, so I'm kind of peeking in my mirror as well. But I really like it, so I don't mind. They remind me a lot of the IT Cosmetics brushes. IT Cosmetics are a little more luxe and nicer handles, but as far as how they work, I think they're both very similar. I have just this little tiny scar here. So there we go. So yeah, so I think this is a really nice concealer. So thank you to whoever it was that mentioned it. Sorry, I can't remember your name, but she mentioned this and said it was a good fit for concealing blemishes. So the next thing I'm going to do is my under eyes. I don't have huge dark under eye circles, so I just do a little bit. And I love this one. It's the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. Mine's in the shade medium. This one doesn't crease on me. It is quite thick and quite brightening, so you see it, but it doesn't cake up. I bought the Charlotte Tilbury one, and I really do not like it. It's actually going to be in my fails video. First of all, you get no product. Sorry, I should work and talk at the same time. I'm using my little mini beauty blender for this. This is perfect for under the eyes. Because it's just a nice small tip. So yeah, so that Magic Away, it's her new concealer. I didn't think it was that good. It creased on me immediately, even though I applied it and powdered right away. And you get no product. I mean, I had to, if you watch that video when I first got it, it was kind of my first impressions. I'll link that below if you're interested. It was also with the Pillow Talk collection. You had to wind it up, I'd say at least 10 times to get any product. And then you could actually see in the window of how much product I had left, and it wasn't much. So the thing I don't like about ordering from Charlotte Tilbury's website is it's not easy returns. So you have to pay to send the items back, at least in Canada you do. And I went to the post office, and it was almost the same amount as the product to send it back. So you have to send it back in the same box it came in, which is quite large because I had some other items. So I just said, forget it, I'll just keep it. So I'm not happy, and I won't buy that again, that's for sure. So that is the Under Eye from Bye Bye Under Eye from IT Cosmetics, and I really, really enjoy this. I know it seems like it's a big tube, but it's actually only 15 ml. I think it's 15. 8 ml, so it's very deceiving. It looks like a big one, but it's actually not as full. But anyway, you don't use that much. So today for my powdering of the concealer, I'm going to use an Hourglass. So this is a oldie, sorry, the packaging looks terrible. It's the Diffused Light Powder. It's just like a bright white powder, Diffused Light. And I'm going to use that under my eyes and just to do that little bit of concealing. I don't like using powders. I've mentioned that before many, many times, and I'll mention it again for anybody who's new to my channel. like what I just said about the primer, the more products I put on, the worse I look. It just ages me, because you can see all my fine lines and wrinkles and texture and yada, 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 yada. So I just try and use as little as possible just to set that little bit of concealer. Now on my lids, I'm going to use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. I love this. This is just a sample size. I'm almost out, but I also use the Milani one, and it's a fraction of the price. So my preference is that, but this was a sample or bonus or something I got. This isn't the regular one. So I'm just going to quickly tap this on and leave it while I finish the rest of my face. There you go. And somebody mentioned, because usually when I do my makeup, it's all new to me filming, doing my makeup on camera, because I'm not a makeup artist, but some people just want to see regular women who don't have skills of how they do their makeup. So that's why I'm doing that. And a couple of people have mentioned that they have vision problems as well and struggle putting on eyeshadow. Now I am completely blind in one of my eyes, and they're also different looking and all the rest. So it is a struggle for me as well. And a couple of people have mentioned that they would like to see how I do makeup when I'm visually impaired. So I thought, okay, if you guys want to see a bit of comedy, then I will post that as well. So bear with me. I will be showing you how I do makeup on when I'm blind in one of my eyes. So the next thing I'm going to use is a little bit of contour, and this is my Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow. And as you can see, it's very well loved. It's a highlighter and she says it can be used as bronze and contour, but I just like to use it as a contour. So I just put a little bit just in the hollows, if you want to call these hollows. I've got very chubby cheeks and I don't have these high cheekbones, but anyway, you fake it till you make it, right? So I just do a little bit here, a little bit on my jawline, and there we go. I'm not going to use this highlight today because I'm going to show you guys my bar of gold that I just got. So the next thing is also from Hourglass, and this is a cult favorite. It is the Luminous Bronze Light, and it is the bronzer. And it is such a gorgeous bronze, and it just gives your skin such a nice glow, but it doesn't show texture. I don't know how they do it, but they just manage to do a really good job. It's, you know, you don't have to get this one. I also use the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula, and I think it's just as nice. And it even smells really nice. But I do enjoy Hourglass as well. Their products are vegan and cruelty-free, so they have a lot of pluses. The packaging is so luxe, and they just do a really great job of enhancing mature skin, in my opinion. I'm not getting the holiday palette. As tempting as it is, it looks so gorgeous, and this year I see that the colors are different. Usually they kind of put the same colors over and over, and they're similar colors to what they have in their regular lineup. But this year they seem to have a lot of new ones. But it looks deceiving online of the size of it, but I ordered it last year and it is teeny tiny, and the pans are really small and close together. And I've heard the same complaint again this year, so the powders kind of mix. So I do own a lot of Hourglass already, so I really don't need it. Okay, so there's my bronze. I'm going to go in with a little bit of a cream blush, and this is another one of my favorites, and it's from the company Elate. It's a clean cosmetic company. It's actually made in British Columbia, and I went to an event in the summer. I'll actually link below that event. It was really, really great, and one of the items I bought was one of their cream blushes. This can actually be used all over the face for cheeks, eyes, lips, you name it. So I like to apply it with a beauty blender. This is actually my Fenty one, but you know, the same kind of thing. And I just kind of mash it in there and then just bounce it on the cheeks. And this color to me, it's called Bliss. It's just a nice bronzy nude. which just really goes well with my skin tone. I'll just show you guys again the color. I know it doesn't look very nice in the pan. It's a cream product, so it kind of goes a little strange. But it lasts really well on my face. And yeah, just a nice hint of color, so I really enjoy that. And I've been using that a lot this summer. I even took it on vacation with me because it was one of my favorite products. So I'm going to quickly do my brows off camera, and then I'm going to zoom in close so you guys can see me doing my eye makeup. Okay, so I've zoomed you up nice and close, so hopefully you're able to see a little bit better of me doing my eye makeup. I did my brows just quickly off camera because it's not that interesting. I used the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which is the pencil, and the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. So today what I'm going to use is one of my favorites, and I did have it in my favorites last month, is from Viseart, and it is one of their Theory palettes. And this one is called Minx, and it is my favorite palette right now. Well, one of them. I always have a few. You guys know that. The colors just really, really speak to me. In particular, let me see. This is the backwards mirror. This color, and this color is the ones I've just kind of had on repeat. I'm back. Sorry, like I said, bear with me. This is a new camera. So what I do is I go all over my lid with this bone color. It's a matte. There's no shimmer. There's no satin. And I just put that all over my lid. And this is my blind eye, so it's a little bit easier to do because it doesn't matter if it's opened or closed because it doesn't help me. So this is my good eye, and so as you can see, I kind of have to keep it open just a tiny little bit just so I can see what I'm doing, sort of. So I just always keep it open just a tiny little bit so I can kind of peek through and see what I'm doing. So this is a really quick and easy look as well. That's also why I like this palette. I find the colors just blend themselves. So the next color I'm going to go into is this reddish brown. It's like a caramel color, and you can see my brush is a bit dirty. This is a Sigma brush, but it's the same color because I did this look yesterday. So what I've learned is I just kind of tap into it, tap off any excess, and I just kind of start at the edge, and you can see I'm kind of peeking through because I can't completely close my eye, and my eyes are a bit hooded, not so much my good eye, but it is, and I just kind of do the corner. That's it. And again, I'm just kind of peeking through just so I can kind of keep an eye on what I'm doing. But a lot of it is from feel. And there we go. So that's where I start. And again, go back into that same shade, tap off a little bit of excess. And now I'm going into my bad eye. And this one is a totally different shape, totally different size. It's in a different position on my face, as you can see. One side's higher and lower than the other. So I just try and do my best to make them as symmetrical. I just kind of do the same thing to both, and that's that pussycat. And so I just kind of place the product. And these eyeshadows, I just find they just blend themselves so beautifully. Just go back in there. And then I just take a blending brush. So I have another one. It's also from Sigma. It's called a blending brush. And I just blend that out a little bit just to soften it. I just love this color. I think it's perfect for fall. It's just like a nice, soft, neutral color. And it just really speaks to me. I'm really loving this palette. I know it's tiny. It's only 6 colors. So you can't create a ton of looks. But this is kind of my signature look, and that's what I really enjoy. So to me, it's worth the money. I will definitely look at some more in the future, maybe at the VIB sale. So now I'm going to go in with that champagne shimmer. It's not glittery, but it just has a nice little bit of shimmer and sparkle. I don't really like sparkly shadows. They just do not look good on me. They look gorgeous on other people and I can admire them from afar, but on me, not so much. So all I do is just start in the middle and I just drag it over, just kind of covering. I think this is called your mobile lid, just to give me a little bit of something, something. And then I do the same on the other eye. Again, just kind of peeking slightly through so that I can see where I'm placing it. And again, it's a lot of it is on feel and just a little tiny peeking. And again, I'm doing this in the monitor, not I usually use a very close-up magnifying mirror. So bear with me, it's not perfect today, but I just kind of want to give you the gist of what I do. So then what I go in back with that same brush, and I'm going to go back into this brown and just clean up the edges. Because now I put that shimmery, I just kind of want to go back in here. And there we go. Now I need to tie that into the bottom. So I grab my, I think it's called a pencil. Yeah, it's called a pencil brush. This is also from Sigma. Just a teeny tiny little brush thing. And I go into that caramelly brown. And I just put that under the eye, just in the corner here. And I kind of swoop it up to mimic lift. My eye is also lazy, so it doesn't follow the other one. You know, just to make it a little bit more exciting. So that is the eyeshadow. That's all I do. I mean, I do different looks for different things, but right now this is kind of my favorite thing to do, and I've been really enjoying it. So now, liquid eyeliner. Now this gets really exciting. So this is the Stila. I honestly have not found, oh, come on. It's a Stila liquid eyeliner, and it's the only eyeliner I have used that stays. I have very oily eyelids, and my eyeliner always ends up on my eyelids. I've even used ones that are foolproof, but yet this one, they all transfer. This is the only one that doesn't. So it is like a felt tip with a sharp end. So you can see the tip there, and I just find it really easy to use. So I am going to hold a little handheld mirror and look down while I'm applying this. So I'm going to start on my good eye, and I just do a very, very thin right on the lash line, and I just kind of follow my lashes with the very pointy tip of this liner. And of course I'm having to peek a little. Can you see my eye is still open because I can't close my eye completely because I can't see. So there we go. This has taken quite a bit of practice. It took me a long time using liquids. I find kohl liners are much easier, but they transfer, so I had to learn how to use a liquid. Then I go in and kind of build a wing. So I start penciling up from the outside and then filling it in. And then I slowly add a little bit more thickness to this. If I'm wearing false lashes, I don't worry too much about having a thick liner because the band of the lashes kind of does that for me. But I'm not going to do false lashes on this tutorial today. We'll be here all day. So there you can see I have a tiny bit of a wing, and I'm actually going to bump it up a little, just to kind of give me a little bit of lift. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I'm I'm not a makeup artist. This is just what I do and what I enjoy doing and how I want my makeup to look. If it's not good, that's how I like it. So now I'm going to go into my blind eye. So this one's a little bit easier, believe it or not, because I can see with the other eye. So I'm still going to use my little mirror, and same rule applies. I just do a very, very thin line along the lash line. And now this one is very, very droopy. Even so much so that my eyelashes are actually curled under on this side because it falls so much. So I have to be really careful with this wing because it sometimes ends up going downwards instead of upwards. But I have a little product to fix that, and I'll show you in a minute. So I just kind of follow to the end, and of course I'm peeking with this eye, and then I kind of wing it out. And of course you guys can see they're not symmetrical. They never will be. I'm just gonna fill that in just a little bit more and pull that up a little. Oh, that was, okay, that's not my best work, but oh, okay. I normally do a little bit better of a job, but I'm doing it on camera, so bear with me. I have this product from e.l.f. actually. It is the e.l.f. corrector pen. It's kind of like a Tide pen for makeup. There we go. And it's just got a wet nib on the end. Sorry guys, my nail polish is chipped. I need to, to do my nails today. So if I ever have little goofs, you just touch this and it just instantly erases it. I mean, I didn't do as much of a goof today with it going down, but sometimes I do, or my eyes are watering a little bit and sometimes the black comes down, and you just swipe this across and it's poof, instantly gone, same as a Tide pen. So I really, really like this, and this was from e.l.f. and was very inexpensive. So now I am going to, I think I'm done with eyes. Oh, I want to just put a little bit of that shimmery color, that champagne one in the corners. So I'm going to go back in with the brush that I use, which also is from Crown, and I'm just going to add a teeny tiny. I am going to be going in with highlight, but I like using this one. I just love these shimmers because they're not intense sparkle, but it gives me a nice little bit of hint of something. So now I'm going to zoom back out and I'll show you the rest. Oh, actually you guys probably want to see me do mascara. Okay, I'll do mascara now. So I use my eyelash curler. This is the Shiseido one. I really like it because a lot of people have mentioned it works really well for small eyes, and with my bad eye it's very, very tiny and sunken in, so I find this really helps. And I'm blind in this eye, so it makes it easy. I know when you're coming at you and you can see with an eyelash curler, it freaks people out, but I'm actually okay. And I'm going to use my Tarte. This is the primer. It's all rubbed off. Tarte. It's the only primer they have. I always link everything below, just so you guys know. I write a list of all the products I used or what I'm wearing that day, in case you're interested. So now, again, I kind of have to keep my eye a little bit open so I can peek. So I'm going to start with my good eye. And if you can see, I'm doing it in the mirror. As you can see, I kind of have to keep it open so that I can see. And I just put one coat of this on. I just love this primer. I've used the Dior one. I've used the Lancome one. They're very nice, but this is cruelty-free and it's actually a lot less expensive. So this is the one I kind of gravitate towards. And there we go. Again, I have to keep my eye a little bit open. This one isn't as scary because you can't see something coming at you. And the first time I tried using mascara, that was very scary. So now I'm going to use my sample of Lancome Monsieur Big. It's not my favorite. It's a nice mascara. I like the volume and length that it gives, but I've used other mascaras that I prefer. And I do also enjoy wearing false lashes for special occasions to give me that extra va-va-voom. So I've been using a lash serum, Grande Lash. I actually did a review on it and it worked really, really well. And I find every time I find a lash serum that I really, really like, it works for the first tube, and then the next tube it doesn't work for me anymore. So I'm almost out of it, and now I'm wondering which one I should try next. I have used Latisse, I've used Lily Lash, and now I'm on Grande. I'm wondering if I should buy that one from Nordstrom. I know they had deals at the Nordstrom sales. I missed out on that. But I've seen quite a few people having a lot of luck with it. So I usually just put mascara on my top lashes because I want lift up. I find when I do mascara on the bottom lash, it kind of drags me down. But I just want to complete the full eye so it doesn't look like I forgot the bottom. And I just do a teeny tiny bit in the corners just to make it a little bit cohesive. And that's about it. So I'm going to finish, I'm going to zoom out a little and finish the rest of my face. Okay, so looking in the monitor, I think I need a little bit more va-va-voom in the bronzer. So I'm going to go back in and add a little bit more of that. I just love being bronzed. I know it's almost October, but you can still look bronzed all year round with the right products. So yeah, I just wanted a little bit extra of that. So I've done my blush, so now I'm going to use my new Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold palette. I mentioned I got this at that Sephora event that was the other day, and they were launching some holiday products as well as some Charlotte Tilbury, and they had this, and I had looked at it before and I wasn't 100% sure, but anyway, I picked it up and I made the decision to keep it and try it, and I'm so glad I did. So I did watch a video from Sephora, and they were introducing Charlotte and showing some of her products, and she showed using this Bar of Gold wet. Now I did do that yesterday. I used the gold, the dark gold color, kind of a bronze, and my husband said to me, I think your makeup looks the worst it has ever looked. So surprisingly, that wasn't the look I was going for. So I think I'm gonna skip doing it that way and just use it how you're supposed, not how you're supposed to, but I'm just gonna use it dry and have more of a subtle look with it. So I'm going to use this little Sephora brush that I got in a Sephora collection. And I'm going to use that dark gold again though, because I really, really like it. It just doesn't show any texture. She just does mature skin makeup so well. I just do a little down my nose, a little bit here in the middle, a little here, a little bit on my chin, and just nice and glowy. So I guess what he was trying to say is it was a little too intense when it was wet. When she was showing it wet, I think she was kind of implying to use that on your body, like on your shoulders and your décolleté. I don't know, but it was just a little too intense. So I'm just gonna quickly show you guys some swatches I'm sure you're dying to see. So this is the darkest one, and that's the one I'm wearing right now. It's just like such a nice bronze color. This one is the pink. I haven't actually really used this one. I'm not really a pink. Stuff on my skin that's pink just doesn't look as nice. I kind of suit. Can you see that? It just doesn't suit my skin tone as much. And then this, sorry. This is the lightest one, and apparently this is the original. But some people have said that they owned the original and this is not the same. They said this one's better. So anyway, those are the three colors. So that's the, sorry, this is like a mirror. That's the lightest one, the champagne-y one. That's the kind of bronzy one, and that is the pinky one. They're just very nice and subtle, and I really, really like it. So I was on the fence about it, and I was actually planning to get the Marc Jacobs one, the gold one that came out for holidays. But after using that and trying it, I realized I really, really like that. So I'm going to stick with that one, and I passed on the Marc Jacobs. You have to draw the line somewhere. I can't buy any more highlighters for a little while. So last but not least, I'm doing lips. And as you can see, my lips are so pigmented, it drives me nuts. So I'm using this MAC, almost out and they're discontinued. It's a lip erase, and it just neutralizes my lip color and just gives me a blank canvas, which I really like. And I'm on the hunt for a replacement. I guess I could just use foundation as well. I think that's what lots of people do. But this is a lip product as well. It's like a hydrating lip balm, so I like that as well. Now I'm going to go in with a lip liner. I know I don't usually wear lip liner, but I am today, and this is from MAC. It's Subculture. It's one of my favorite lip liners, actually. I don't really wear lip liners very often, but when I do, it's usually this color. I'm not crazy about the formula. It's a little dry, but I like the color. So I'm just going to lightly line my lips. And I'm going to mention another lip product that I bought and actually returned while I'm doing this. I bought one of the new Natasha Denona, actually I bought two. I bought two Natasha Denona liquid lipsticks. I have a lip allergy if you're new to my channel, and I'm allergic to a lot of lip products. And one of the ingredients is called phenoxyethanol, and that is in 99% of liquid lipsticks. So I haven't really been able to wear many of them. And so when I saw that these ones didn't contain that, I thought, yay, goody. So I ordered them. I didn't know what color because they only had online swatches. So I ordered Melba, which was like a peach. And then I ordered Au Naturel. And when they arrived, I realized Melba was the color I was interested in. And I opened it and there was no plunger. So I don't know if that's how they are or mine was broken. I don't know. So anyway, that was kind of I wasn't happy because too much product then comes out. So I tried it on, and oh my, I'm going to insert a photo of my lips. They were like wrinkled prune. So that was like, ugh, didn't like that. The plunger was broken, but it did last all day. I put a lip gloss on top so it kind of softened it a bit, but the lipstick, it was useless because I was more so using lip gloss. So anyway, long story, I took it back because it was broken and it's just way too tight on the lips. So it was very similar to this color, which is from Bite, and it's their multi-stick, and this one is called Creme Caramel. It was almost the same color as this, so I kind of got the same color payoff. And this one, even though it is a dry matte lipstick, it's actually meant for your whole face. You can use eyes, lips, cheeks. It was the exact same color, and this is a little bit more gentle on the lips. It's not as drying. It is a very matte formula, as you can see, but it doesn't make my lips look like I'm 100. So that's the lipstick there. And again, like I said, it's very similar to that one I got from Natasha Denona, but so much more comfortable on the lips. And then I've been topping it with this. This is from Nars. And I was a little unsure if I was going to keep this because when I tried it on in the store, I just wore it bare. But this is it here. It is such a gorgeous gloss, and it has so much gold in it, and it just looks so gorgeous on top of any lipstick, and in particular this one. I just love the look. I even wore this on top of Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, which is a pink lipstick, and it also looked great. And I just love it. So I've been wearing this lip gloss so much, so I'm so glad I kept it. I don't know if it's limited edition. It came out with their launch of Orgasm stuff a couple of months ago, and I bought it at the sale, and like I said, I tried it on its own, and it was a little too nude and almost sickly because it was so gold and shiny. I'm going to show you a swatch of this next to it. So that's the Bite Multi-Stick, and again, that can be used on eyes, lips, cheeks, and I just really, really love it. I've been really enjoying it. I love peachy colors, as you guys know. So I'm going to fix myself up and I'll just give you guys my final thoughts. See. Okay, so this is the final look. I know it's very simple and plain. This is just like an everyday look that I've kind of been gravitating towards. I'm just loving this Viseart palette and I just really wanted to share it with you guys. I did mention it as my favorites, I think, for last month, but I thought I would show you in action of just how easy it is to blend out, especially for somebody who's a novice like me at makeup. I just find it really simple to use and the colors really speak to me, and I think they're great for fall. I also wanted to show you guys that Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold palette. I'm really enjoying it. It's gorgeous colors. I haven't tried it as eyeshadow, which she mentions you can do. I think it might be a little too shimmery and too sheer for me. I prefer a little bit more matte colors, but I will definitely try it and I'll let you guys know what I think of that. And also from new products was this Nars gloss, which I'm really, really enjoying. And I mentioned to a couple of you when we've been chatting and that I set up my beauty room here, but I've also moved all my makeup down here, and I'm doing like a rotation thing where I'm able now to see what I own. When everything was stored upstairs in my bathroom, I was kind of digging around and I kind of always chose what was on top. So now I was able to spread out a little bit more, and now I can see what is in my collection, and I'm able to try, not try, but revisit some of my old favorites. So I've been really enjoying that, like these Hourglass products that kind of were on the back burner for a while. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And again, also some people had requested to see how I do my eye makeup when you're visually impaired, because there are some people who are subscribed to me that also have similar issues, so wanted to see if I had any tips and tricks. So I don't know if I had tips and tricks, but hopefully it helped you a little. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please click like, and if you'd like to see more of my videos, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you stay up to date with all my latest videos. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye!